Hello friends. Welcome to the Bullseye channel. We see around us with lots of people with their cars and a variety of them. Today there are n number of cars available in the market, lot of cars companies and their dealers with a lot more car models and their variants. This situation becomes mind-boggling, leading to confusion and frustration. So now don't worry and cheer up. No matter what car you purchase, you will know the main key points to consider while purchasing a car so that you can select the perfect car for yourself and your family and get a value for money. So, friends, before we start our journey, let's take a minute to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button and share this video with your family, friends and social groups. After doing that, let's begin. Please watch this video till the end so that you can know all you need to know before you buy a car. We will begin with the safety features of the car, because this is the most important part and safety of you and your family depends on this. Checking and evaluating the safety features of the car is also more important because most of these features are incorporated in the car design and are factory fitted and you cannot get them fitted afterwards in your car at an economical cost. Now beginning with the safety features, you should first check that whether the car is of strong build quality, then there should be a good quality safety belt in all the seats for all passengers, with good quality belt locks and anchor points. Second, you need to see how many airbags are provided in the car. The more the better. There should be at least 2 front passenger airbags, along with curtain airbags. You should also check for front and side impact sensors for airbags. Third, you should check whether the passenger cabin is made of high-strength steel in a cage-like arrangement as shown in the picture. Fourth, there should be front and rear crumple zones. The body should be designed to crumple. Additionally, there should be front and rear energy-absorbing bumpers. The engine clamps should be designed so as to brake so that the engine falls down in the event of frontal collision and does not enter the cabin. Fifth, your windshield, rear and side window pans should be laminated, which should prevent shattering of glass in the event of a collision. Sixth, the door and bonnet hinges should be reinforced so that in the event of a collision these don't protrude out and harm the passengers. Seventh, there should be a strong side beam on the door to protect you in case of a side impact. Eighth, the dashboard should be padded, with padded knee bolster to prevent injury to your knee. There should also be head restraints on the seat to prevent head injury. Ninth, your seats should be on bucket type as bucket type seats absorb energy and prevent injury to passenger. It's better if the manufacturer provides with child seat, but at least child seat anchor points should be there. The safety features I discussed earlier were passive safety features. Here I will show you the active safety features of the car which will help save your car from collision or accident. First comes the anti-skid braking. This system prevents locking up off your brakes and wheels, so the wheels don't lose all the traction and let you keep control on the steering. You will not feel the ABS at low speeds, it will kick at high speeds. Though braking length increases a bit due to ABS, still it is a better system as it prevents your vehicle from skidding and a possible roll. Second, the electronic brake force distribution system distributes the braking force evenly as required across all 4 wheels, so that the vehicle does not skid during braking and maintains control. third brake assist system will boost the braking force that you apply on the brakes, so that you can have faster braking and avoid collisions. Fourth, seat belt pretensioner keeps you from jerking out of your seat in the event of a high-speed stop or collision. Now let's see the potential capacity of some passive safety features to reduce injury in the event of collision. The seat belt helps you the most and reduces the chances of injury by up to 60%. In airbags, curtain airbags can reduce the injury to 45%, and driver and co-driver airbags have the capacity to reduce injury by up to 10%. The steering column should be collapsible to prevent injury to the driver in the chest in case of a collision. Headrest and seat belt pretensioners can reduce the risk of injury by 10% on head and upper body. Padded dashboard have reduced the chances of injury on arms, lower and middle body by up to 20%. A properly anchored child seat will reduce the risk of injury to your child by 65%. As you now know and understand the importance of safety features, you should reject the car outright which does not have these safety features, and select the car which showcases the most of them. The price tag of the car is never more than the value of your and your loved one's life. Now we will discuss what type of car you should consider for buying. If you have a small family for up to 4 people and most of your driving will be within city limits with occasional highway trips, then a hatchback is for you. It is one of the most convenient design for city rides, takes less parking space and has small turning radius. Hatchbacks are the most easily maneuverable cars and are easy to maintain. Second, the sedan is for the people who often hit the highway or belong to the executive class. If you have more money, you can go for a luxury sedan. Sedans are the most popular car type for those who afford it. Many sedans will feature an array of features of comfort. Then comes the crossover, which is somewhere in between a SUV and a hatchback. It will feature some advantages of hatchback like the easy traffic maneuverability, shorter turning radius, but will also offer some advantages of SUV, like higher driving position and higher ground clearance. If you have the fantasy for both, then the crossover is for you. A crossover will generally offer a 5-passenger cabin including driver. With high ground clearance and high driving position combined with off-road terrain capability. If you want to be the boss on the road, then the SUV is for you. Most SUVs stand taller than all other classes of car body. They come with a hefty price tag and also feature a lot of class features of comfort and luxury. If you have a large family or you require more space for moving things, then the MPV is for you. The MPV also has a high ground clearance and driving position and also is versatile in its utility. MPVs generally have 7 to 8-seater configuration. A coupe is a 2-seater small car with 2 doors opening sideways or upwards. A coupe's body is generally aerodynamically streamlined and comes with a hefty price tag, suitable for people who want to make a style statement. The last type is convertible. A convertible can be 2-seater or 4-seater. But what makes the convertible different from other is the retractable ceiling of the car. A convertible is more suitable for people in cold countries where you might like to drive under the sun. Now that we have discussed body types, let's discuss about the body construction. There are two ways of constructing a car. First is to make a sturdy frame and then install the body chassis on the frame by welding or fastening on the frame. The second approach is to construct the whole chassis and body of the car as one single entity. The second approach is more advanced and complex, but results in a safer car with better force distribution and also results in lighter curb weight, which will result in lesser fuel consumption. Most modern cars are now built as a uni structure body and is the preferred one to buy. Now the next thing to be taken into consideration is the suspension. Suspension is very important as this very thing will be one of the biggest factors of your ride comfort and safety. Mainly there are two types of suspension. First comes the rigid axle suspension and independent suspension. A rigid axle suspension is a thing of the past in cars and you should avoid purchasing any car with rigid axle suspension. I discussed it here just to tell the two types of suspension. In the other side, in the independent suspension, if one wheel is in a pothole or a bump, it does not affect the other wheel to a great extent. In independent suspension, the most popular type is the McPherson strut. It is used nowadays by almost all car manufacturers. Now the McPherson strut has some variations like the single wishbone and the double wishbone system. The double wishbone system is better than the single wishbone system. Another system is the trailing link arm system. There are two link arms with a third spring dampener arm which are connected to the wheel hub in the body in a somewhat triangular arrangement and allow motion between the wheel hub and chassis body. This system offers better riding comfort but is a more expensive. The last type is the sliding pillar. It is an off-road terrain hiking solution and is not to be in preview of the car buyers. One thing to keep in mind is that in your car's suspension an anti-roll bar is preferred and is a must for vehicles with high ground clearance and height. It prevents rolling in vehicles at high-speed turns. Now let's talk about the engines, the power generators of the car. Now the main types of engines by fuel consumption available for cars are petrol, diesel, CNG and electrical. Now the petrol engine comes with the least price tag and is supposed to have lower maintenance cost. On the other hand, a CNG engine is a modified petrol engine designed to handle a gas fuel. A CNG's vehicle has lesser emissions than both petrol and diesel engines. It is also the most fuel efficient. But CNG vehicles have their own maintenance and safety problems linked to CNG storage and use. A diesel engine is the most versatile engine. It also has a better fuel efficiency than a petrol engine, and a diesel engine of same cubic capacity will produce more power than a petrol engine owing to its higher compression ratio. But the main drawback of diesel engine is that it is the most polluting engines of all engine types. A diesel engine vehicle will cost more than its petrol engine peer version. In both petrol and diesel engine types, the turbocharged version will produce more power and will be more efficient. Now the latest upcoming car engine is the electrical engine car. These are the most efficient engine types. They will not produce pollution and noise, and will have the least vibration. You can buy an electric car if you have the required charging infrastructure in your state or city. Next thing to check is the transmission. Now transmissions are mainly of two types, manual transmission and auto transmission. In manual transmission you have to switch the gears yourself, but in auto transmission the ECU or the controller of the car does the job for you. Some cars feature a gearbox which allow for both auto and manual transmission. Now transmissions are also categorized in terms of speed. The more the know of gear shifts available, the better the transmission is. It is due to the fact that with higher know of gear speeds available you will be able to get a smoother ride, have better mileage and can reach higher speeds using the same capacity engine. There are cars available in the market with 4 speeds to 6 speeds. 6-speed transmissions are better than 4-speed transmission, but a 6-speed transmission will cost you more than a 4-speed transmission. Another thing is many cars are coming with a 3-speed auto transmission. Now the upside is you are free from the task of shifting gears, but you only have 3 speeds available, which will turn into lower mileage performance of the car. Now in this scenario I leave the decision up to you that which factor is more important to you. Now I will discuss one of the biggest deciding factors, mileage, power and torque. There are several points to discuss. We will discuss one by one. Let's start with mileage. Mileage is the know of kilometers or miles it can run per liter or gallons of fuel. In a car the more the mileage the better it is. Engine capacity is measured in terms of cubic centimeter volume of all cylinders. Now more is the engine capacity, lesser is the mileage, but power and torque output will increase. Power of engine is the amount of brake power required to stop or stall an engine from a given RPM at the flywheel. Whereas torque is the rotational force available at the engine drive shaft. If we compare two engines with power-torque graphs of both in the engines or with the specs given in the brochures, the engine which has highest torque at lower RPM is a better engine. After that the engine which has higher power output is a better engine. On more thing, the higher is the weight of the car, the more powerful engine will be required and lesser the mileage you will get. For the seating capacity and comfort, you have to decide for the know of seats along with the body type as per your requirement of know of passengers, which we had discussed earlier. But there should be enough gap in between each seat row so that there is enough leg room, and the seat should be wide enough for a comfortable seating for a healthy guy. It's better if armrests are provided. All the seats should be adjustable back and forth, and the driver and co-driver seat should be adjustable both back and forth and up and down. Bucket-type seats are safer and more comfortable. And the back incline of the seats should be at 70 degrees and reclinable. These are the main points regarding seats, but if you want to know more you can refer to Automotive Industry Standard 023, where you will find all the specification for proper seating in car in great detail. Now let's talk about the wheels and tires of the car. In the market, cars come with two types of wheels fitted: the steel wheel and the alloy wheel. With my personal experience, I can tell that it doesn't matter much whether it's an alloy wheel or a steel wheel, but still I will discuss the advantage and disadvantages of each of them. Steel wheels are heavier than alloy wheels, but they are less expensive and repairable. Whereas alloy wheels are lighter and stronger, made of aluminum alloy. Some good quality alloy wheels are made of aluminum titanium alloy. Alloy wheels are also aesthetically good, adding good looks to your car, but alloy wheels are not repairable and they tend to be more brittle than steel wheels. Lighter alloy wheels will increase the car mileage a little bit. Now coming to wheel size, a vehicle engineered for 15 inches wheel will work best with 15 inches wheel. A vehicle engineered for 16 inches or 17 inches wheel will work best with that wheel. On the aesthetics front, the larger wheel looks better than a smaller wheel. But if you choose to increase the car wheel size in a car with stock wheel size of 15 inches, then you may improve on aesthetics and ride handling, but the car's performance will deteriorate and fuel consumption will also increase. Smaller wheel sizes offer smoother and more comfortable ride as tire size increases. As per the tire thread type is concerned, you can choose from variety of tire grips design as shown, like for summer conditions or performance, all-weather, wet weather, all-terrain, mud grips and snow or ice grips. You can ask your dealer for the tire as per your requirement. Now for some other things to consider is front and back lights. The front lights should be such that its beam is powerful enough and falls at a distance which aids in driving. They should also have enough spread so that you can see objects moving and stationary on both sides of the car. It should have both high beam and low beam lights. Telescopic lights have a longer beam but they have less spread. If your vehicles have fog lights, then it's better. Fog lights will increase the visibility on road and aid in driving. Daytime running lights will make your car more visible. Signal lights should be there in the front, back and sides of the car so that others can see your turning signals. There should be enough cabin lights, preferably on each seat row, bright enough for you check a map or other thing comfortably. The tail lights should be at a height that is visible at distance to other drivers, but also it should not be distracting to others. There should be separate brake lights and reverse light on the rear of the vehicle. Next is fuel tank capacity and location. The bigger the fuel tank capacity, the more the distance you will be able to cover with every full tank filling, but you also need to check where the fuel tank is located. The fuel tank should not be at the very rear or the front of the vehicle. The height of the fuel should be so that it does not touch the road when you are moving through speed breakers or bumps. Next, the more the communication systems in the car, the better it is. Nowadays cars come with GPS, phone communications, radio, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, etc. Now for the infotainment systems, many high-end cars come with touchscreen infotainment system with Android and Apply CarPlay and speakers with subwoofers. Next thing to consider is mirrors. All the 3 rear view mirrors should be big enough for you to see the traffic behind you. Both the side view mirrors should be at least electrically adjustable from driver's seat. There should be minimum blind spots after properly adjusting the mirrors. Then the air conditioning, which should be powerful enough to cool the cabin within minutes even if the car was parked in the sun. There should not be airflow noise from the AC. There should be air ducts on the top of all seat racks. Now last is the boot space. More the boot the better it is, but there should be enough space to at least fit 2 medium-sized suitcases, even for hatchbacks. Before you finally make up your mind to purchase a car, you should do a cost versus utility comparison and not just buy a car for show-off. Purchasing a car requires a lot of cost, which includes purchase price, loan interests, insurances fees, taxes, registration fees, maintenance charges, fuel and operating costs, depreciation cost. So before purchasing a car you should do a calculation of the cost for acquiring a car, operating it and maintaining it for at least 10 years down the line versus the cost of using public transport for the coming 10 years for the average distance traveled by you for your daily routine, and then weigh it against the utility your car may provide to you. You should buy a car if you have to commute long distances for work, school or colleges with no other convenient, economical and safe mode of transport. If your own vehicle will save you time, or if you are a frequent traveler, or the cost of public transport is more than operating cost of your car in your area. Last point, whether to purchase petrol or diesel car. As a rough estimate, if you have to travel more than 500 kilometers per month for more than 4 or 5 years, then you should go for a diesel car, but if your travel requirements are lesser than that, then a petrol car will be good. A diesel car will cost you more and will have higher maintenance cost compared to petrol, but diesel as a fuel is cheaper in most places, and a diesel engine will also give you more mileage. Now let's talk about the accessories as a final point. After you purchase your car, it is recommended that to install the following accessories: a compass, a fire extinguisher, a mobile charger. If it's not supplied by your car manufacturer, then you need to install blind spot mirror, mobile holder, seat belt cushion, seat covers, cleaning kit, car vacuum cleaner, door visor. If you feel it's required, then you need to get a full floor mating job done and a rear parking camera if it's not provided by the manufacturer. These accessories can be fitted from the car dealer or in the aftermarket. Accessories in the aftermarket will cost less than the car dealer. Now last, I want to talk about the budget. If you have budget of US $10,000 to US $20,000 or 3.5 lakhs to 6 lakhs Indian rupees, then you should preferably choose a small car or hatchback. But if you go for a car which cost less than 3.5 lakhs, it may not come with any safety features at all. If you have a budget of US $20,000 to 30,000 or 6 to 10 lakhs Indian rupees, you can go for a compact sedan or compact SUV or a crossover or a compact MPV. If you have a budget of US $30,000 to 50,000 or 10 lakhs to 20 lakhs Indian rupees, then you can go for a full-size sedan or SUV or MPV. And if you are from the rich class and can afford a budget of US $50,000 plus or 20 lakhs Indian rupees plus, then you can buy a luxury sedan, convertible, coupe, SUV, MPV. One thing you should keep in mind, the ex-showroom price of the car should be 90% of your budget. If you have found this video useful and enjoyed the video, please click the like button and subscribe to this channel by clicking the subscribe button below the video screen and press the bell icon to get notification of new videos. I request you to please share this video with your friends and family on WhatsApp. Facebook and Twitter. And please tell in the comment box, how did you like the video, and if I have missed out something or you have any query, please write in the comment box. I will reply to your queries. Thanks for watching and wish you happy revving of your new car.